Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Alex,
Welcome.
I just wanted to let you know I was in Houston last weekend, and I saw a commercial there, or my mom had told me about it, and I finally got to see it, and it's like a community service type commercial where they're asking for citizens' cooperation of people who are going to be going door to door, asking if you have guns in the house, it's supposedly so these parents can know if it's safe for their kids to play in that neighborhood or in your house.
Yeah, and that's to get you into the confiscation registry.
Yeah, so they're wanting your cooperation. When they come knock on your door, you're supposed to tell them how many guns you have and where you keep them in your house. And
but it's for the children,
yeah,
so the nice men in black uniforms can drop by for your legal guns. See how they show a revolver and say report illegal guns? They're legal. They're legal. They're legal. You don't have to have a permit, but see, they say, oh, you can have a permit if you want to conceal carry. Then it turns a right into a privilege, and now they're doing this. It's going to get worse with the SWAT teams. They're building more prisons. They love to kill us. They get away with it. We're in a crisis.
Actually, I had left a message on your comment line, and Mike called me back. And this was, I was down in Cuero, Texas, and I was detained down there for suspicion of a public intoxication or something. But they went through my pickup truck, and in the back of my pickup truck must have had a fishing pole, tackle box, and a car battery and all this stuff. And they charging me, after they let me out of jail, they're sending me a letter now saying they're charging me with unlawfully carrying a weapon, for having a machete in the back of your pickup that's used for, like when you go fishing.
Hey, pitchforks, hose, knives, screwdrivers, it's selective enforcement. We're all criminals. We're now civilians. They're not civilians. They're part of an army to oppress and control us. And a lot of them are starting to realize that. But I don't blame the police. They're on a short leash. We're talking about the social engineers. But we can fight this, sir. Are folks in Houston waking up? Obviously, your mother is.
Yeah, they, she was saying, if they come on to their house, they're not going to tell them anything because there's not even any kids really in that neighborhood.
Well, they better start speaking before the city council.
Yeah.
Finding out this is a federal grant to some gun-grabbing group. Look, Bush says he's pro Second Amendment. Clinton doubled the size of the BATF. Bush just doubled the prosecutors. He's funding all these different federal programs. And there's the Army searching. There's the Marines searching people's cars in North Carolina for guns.
Well, they're teaching these officers something, because when I was confronted by the Cuero, Texas, their little sheriff's department deputies, they called in DPS, the Department of Public Safety, to come down there and start searching through my truck. And they were giving me asking me what I was doing with an old car battery in the back of my car. What was I going to do with that?
You're obviously a terrorist. Look, they pull over one guy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where they confiscate your house and your 18-year-old son has a beer party when you're out of town. First offense, just take your house. It's just for the children. And they pull him over in his RV, no criminal record, tear gas him, knock him out, drag him out, sick a dog on him. We've shown the video before. I don't know if you saw that. And then he had jumper cables, and they said these are pipe bombs on the news. They could have shown you an Easter bunny. But people's reality has become so screwed up. They said these jumper cables are bombs, and later they had to release him, but they felt bad releasing a dog on him and tasering him peaceably for no reason. They just attacked him. So there are people going into a FEMA camp in Seattle.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
That's in my film, The Takeover.
When are you going to air that one?
We've aired it a bunch, sir.
I might have seen it then. I've seen the one at the FEMA in Houston where they weren't letting people back into their houses while their children were home.
Yeah, this is FEMA in Seattle. The feds hired 50 provocateurs to cause a riot, and then they attacked everybody and put a bunch of them in FEMA camps and beat up innocent women and children.
Oh, is that the one where they were protesting the World Trade Organization?
Yeah, the WTO.
Yeah, okay, I saw that one, and you couldn't...
So how do you neutralize 50,000 peaceful protesters? You hire 50 thugs.
You hire a couple of thugs that start trouble, and you can go in there and...
It's not our opinion, they were housed by the city.
Yeah, and then they cause it to, you can't even walk down the street with a anti-WTO button on your shirt.
They show that too, but hey, it's for the city's freedom, So is that FEMA Center. In fact, fade me down, Mike. Show them the FEMA Center. There they are, going into the FEMA Center. It's a lot of fun. Hey, an APC. Now, that's a little American-made one. They didn't have the cool East German ones like they do in L.A. Did you hear me talk about how in L.A. they actually shot, or north of there, Santa Clarita, how they shot their own officers, then burned the guy's house down, got so mad they called in 4 black APCs, big 6-wheeled ones. The photos are on the L.A. Times of them with M60 machine guns mowing 14 houses.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, they just went insane and said, we're going to shoot the whole neighborhood up.
Basically, yeah, you know.
No, I mean, did you see the news out of the San Antonio Express? Out of Lubbock, they shoot 2 of their own officers, shoot an innocent man, and then try to frame the guy?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
And now the feds are going to take over that department.
Yeah, well, got to step in, man. People got to step in and let them know you know what's going on.
Well, the so-called liberals that are funding and controlling all this are going to come back and say, we need to federalize police to keep you safe from all of this. Appreciate the call. Good points. Tell your mother to be a Paul Revere and start fighting that in Houston. Speak out against it. Call the city council. Get down there to city council. Get the county commissioners. Tell them, we don't want this in our community. And we want the tattletale weapons cards, $200 bonuses for turning mommy and daddy in the schools here in Austin. We want them out of there. The ruling class is creating a system of police state for you and training your kids. It's happening in the schools right now. This is what they're doing. And it's time for you, sir, to get past your fear factor, as Joe Rogan, my good buddy, likes to say. And it's time for you to actually get out there and get involved in your society and engage these people at point-blank range and to start organizations and to learn the Bill of Rights and Constitution. You know what the Fourth Amendment is, sir?
Yes, it's Fourth Amendment is the prohibition of unlawful search and seizure by the government.
And they have to have oath and affirmation and a list of places, persons, and things to be seized. Correct. You know what the Fifth Amendment is?
Fifth Amendment is the right not to self-incriminate.
That's right, a right to remain silent. And well, then how does the census send you a form asking you 51 questions? How much money do you make? What's in the bank? What are your stocks and bonds? What size is your toilet? How many cars do you have? When do you go to work in the morning? Do you have a renter? Do they pay cash? Where do they live 6 months ago?
Oh, come on. It's an intelligence report. It's to know who
But here's the deal. Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution states they can ask you how many people live in the house or domicile to write up legislative districts to decide how many congressmen or women we get in our state. That's done by population. Every state gets 2 senators, and then it gets the number of House members according to the number of people. That's all they can ask you. Not what color you are, not what planet you're from, none of that. But now I predicted if people went along with the threats, fill it out or else, when you have a Fifth Amendment, then it would become a yearly and a monthly. They have now announced a yearly census, and it will be 200 questions long.
200 questions.
And a zit-faced punk threatened me at my door and said, you're going to jail if you don't fill this out. I said, good. I'm going to own you and your family. I know how to sue. I know the common law. I said, get off my porch. He came back a week later, stuck a camera in his face. He goes, I'm a federal officer. I'm a federal officer. I go, yeah, getting paid $12 an hour. He goes, 13. I go, get off my property. 2 people live here. Get off my property, you scumbag. You're not my God. You're not my king. I'm a human being, and I have value, and your jackboots don't scare me. You hear me, punks? You hear me, New World Order? We're coming for you. I'm not afraid of you. You can kill me. All it'll do is make the Liberty Tree grow more powerful. We're going to see you all rot in hell. Bastards. They're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines. And I'm not even talking about the police right now. I'm talking about the power elite and how sick they are. You're going to be thumb scanning to start your car, retina scanning to start your car. To get into work, they're already talking about it. Satellite kills, which is tracking all your movements. It's already the law in England. You're buying it like it's a status symbol in your cars. Face scanning cameras going up. It's all happening. It's all happening.